There is a factory in the California desert that does not officially exist. It has no public address. No visitors are ever allowed inside. Even members of the United States Congress are forbidden from knowing its full secrets. Inside those locked doors, workers are building the most dangerous aircraft ever constructed by human hands. A machine so advanced, so terrifying, that the United States government has classified almost every detail about it. This is the B-21 Raider, the world's first sixth-generation stealth bomber. And today, you're going inside the factory that builds it. In this documentary, you will discover how a single aircraft costs $750 million and why the United States is building over 100 of them. You will see the secret manufacturing process that makes this bomber invisible to every radar system on Earth. You will learn about the classified coding technology that even China has tried to steal. And you will discover the one detail about this bomber that keeps Russian and Chinese military commanders awake at night. Stay until the end, because what we reveal in the final minutes of this documentary has never been discussed publicly before. To understand why the B-21 exists, you must first understand what came before it. In 1989, the United States unveiled the B-2 Spirit, the world's first operational stealth bomber. It was a revolution in military aviation, a flying wing that could penetrate Soviet air defenses without being detected. But it came at a catastrophic price. Each B-2 Spirit cost $2.1 billion. Not the program, not the fleet. Each single aircraft. The United States could only afford 21 of them. 21 bombers to protect an entire nation. Defense planners knew this was not enough. And as Russia and China developed more sophisticated air defense systems specifically designed to hunt stealth aircraft, the B-2's window of invisibility began to close. In 2011, the United States launched the most classified aviation program in history, the Long-Range Strike Bomber Program. Its mission: build a stealth bomber so advanced, so invisible, that no air defense system in the world could touch it. In 2015, Northrop Grumman won the contract, beating Boeing and Lockheed Martin, two of the most powerful aerospace companies on Earth. Here is the historical fact almost nobody knows. The facility chosen to build this next-generation bomber was the exact same factory that built the B-2 Spirit 30 years earlier. Air Force Plant 42, Palmdale, California. A base so secure, its location appears blank on most commercial satellite maps. Plant 42 sits in the Antelope Valley Desert. It covers an area larger than 500 football fields. Only personnel with the highest security clearances are permitted inside. Every worker passes through biometric screening before touching the aircraft. Every phone, every camera, every electronic device confiscated at the gate. What happens inside is broken into 7 critical stages. Before a single piece of metal is cut, the B-21 is built entirely inside a computer. Northrop Grumman invested more than $5 billion in digital manufacturing infrastructure. Every component, every rivet, every panel, every wire exists first as a perfect digital twin. Engineers use augmented reality headsets to visualize assembly steps before touching the actual aircraft. This approach eliminated the need for a traditional prototype entirely. The first B-21 that rolled off the line was already production ready. The B-21 is not built in one place. It is assembled from thousands of parts manufactured across hundreds of facilities throughout the United States. 7 primary suppliers feed components into Plant 42. Pratt & Whitney builds the engines, derived from the same family powering the F-35 fighter jet. Spirit Aerosystems in Wichita, Kansas fabricates the fuselage sections. BE Systems handles critical electronic warfare components. Each component arrives at Plant 42 sealed in classified packaging, barcoded with encrypted identifiers, tracked by satellite from the moment it leaves the supplier's facility. Inside Plant 42's main assembly hall, teams of specialized technicians work in shifts around the clock. The aircraft's flying wing frame is assembled using composite materials, carbon fiber structures so strong they can withstand the stress of supersonic flight, yet light enough to keep the bomber airborne for over 12 hours without refueling. The B-21's wingspan, while classified, is estimated by aviation analysts to be approximately 15% smaller than the B-2 Spirit. Smaller, lighter, but exponentially more lethal. This next stage is the one that keeps Chinese and Russian engineers awake at night. The application of the B-21's radar-absorbent coating. This material is so classified that in 2009, when Chinese agents hacked the F-35 program and stole design data, the United States immediately redesigned the B-21's coating formulation from scratch. The coating is applied inside a specially built facility at Plant 42, a $35.8 million climate-controlled coating hangar constructed specifically for this purpose. Workers wear full protective suits. Temperature and humidity are controlled to within fractions of a degree. The material is applied in microscopic layers, each layer designed to absorb radar energy at different frequencies. The result is an aircraft with a radar cross-section smaller than a metal golf ball. An aircraft the size of a house that appears on radar as something smaller than a bird. Once the airframe and stealth coating are complete, the most complex phase begins. Hundreds of thousands of components must be integrated into one functioning system. Advanced networking technology allows the B-21 to act as the center of a combat network, connecting with satellites, other aircraft, ships, and ground forces in real time. The bomber does not just drop weapons. It processes intelligence. It directs other aircraft. It can operate semi-autonomously with minimal pilot input. This is no longer just a bomber. It is a flying command center. What most people do not know is that the United States government is not building 100 of these aircraft. They are building an army of them. In February 2026, just months ago, the U.S. Air Force and Northrop Grumman announced they were accelerating production, adding $4.5 billion in funding, expanding annual manufacturing capacity by 25%. Senior defense analysts now believe the final number could exceed 200 aircraft, 200 bombers, each capable of carrying thermonuclear weapons, each invisible to every air defense system currently deployed by any nation on Earth. Here is the number that puts this in perspective. The total cost for 100 B-21s over 30 years, $203 billion. That is more than the entire annual military budget of any country except the United States and China. And the first operational B-21 Raiders are scheduled to arrive at Ellsworth Air Force Base, South Dakota, in 2027. Not in a decade. Next year, the B-21 does not exist in isolation. Russia has the Tu-160, a powerful supersonic bomber, but is loud, detectable, designed for a different era. China is developing the H-20 stealth bomber, but it has not yet flown. Its technology lags years behind. Defense analysts are direct about the B-21's primary purpose. It is designed specifically for the Indo-Pacific, specifically for a potential conflict with China, a conflict that most military planners now treat not as a possibility, but as a probability. The B-21's next evolution is already being planned. Future variants are designed to carry hypersonic weapons, missiles that travel at Mach 5 or faster, weapons that no existing defense system can intercept. A B-21 armed with hypersonic missiles could strike any target on Earth from inside the continental United States without ever crossing into enemy airspace. This aircraft does not just change warfare. It changes what war is possible. Inside that factory in the California desert, workers arrive each morning knowing they're building something history will remember, a machine that will define the balance of global power for the next 50 years. Most of them will never see their names attached to it. The work is classified, the achievement invisible, but somewhere above the clouds, the most powerful stealth bomber ever built is already flying. And the world does not even know it is there. If this documentary showed you something you have never seen before, subscribe to IronEdge Factory. Every week, we go inside the most powerful and secretive military factories on Earth. And watch this next, because what is being built inside that factory makes even the B-21 look